More of your go-to for all things home. This is Home Answers Radio, presented by JeffBuysYourHouse.com, Access, Level 10 Coatings, Steiner Homes, Center Guard Plumbing, and by American Beam and Steel. Once again, here's Roger Piper.
Your go-to for all things home. It's Home Answers Radio.
Hi, welcome to Home Answers. I'm Roger Piper. This show is all about your home, and today we're going to talk about, I'll tell you what, a big topic with a lot of people that own homes, and that is taxes. Got an expert here, Jeff Cullen with O'Connor Tax Reduction Experts. Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Hey, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, you know what? Property taxes are such a huge thing in Illinois.
Most definitely.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, it's crazy. And I know, I see different things. I see we have, like, the second highest property taxes, the third, the fourth.
Definitely.
I mean, there is no doubt that we have at least the top three of the highest property taxes in the country.
It's definitely up there. I only believe there is, like you mentioned, about 3 states that are higher than us. Of course, California, New York, Texas is right there. But, yeah, we're in the top 5, top 4, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we seem to be getting increases all the time.
Every
Where
year.
I live, I got a 25% increase last year.
Yep.
And I know a lot of people in Cook County got enormous increases.
Most definitely.
And most people are just saying there's nothing I can do.
Correct.
Well, that's not true, is it?
Absolutely not. And that's the thing I tell people. And when I first get phone calls, a lot of people don't even realize you can actually appeal your property taxes. Mm-hmm. And people just don't know that. Like, you don't just have to pay the bill that they send you. You can actually ask them why. Why are they billing me this much? And why are my rates so high? Mm-hmm. You can actually look into it, do some due diligence, and appeal.
And if you want to do it, you go to the county, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you go to the county, and there's a process involved there. If they want somebody to represent them, then that's where you would come in, right?
Most definitely.
So tell us about your process. Let's say I'm a homeowner. Let's say I'm in Cook County, and I'm getting ripped off, which is my opinion, but I think everybody would say is reality when you look at the amount of people that are going crazy there. I'm in Cook County. I think, my property taxes went way up. I'm frustrated, and I really want to try to do something. I call you up. Tell us the process, Jeff.
Sure. I'll start. Yeah, Cook County is a great example. We represent a few counties, but Cook is probably the easiest just because everything is online. It is nice that way, but they do have a form to fill out. The form is extremely, extremely daunting if you're not familiar with this process whatsoever. It's on average 2 pages that you have to fill out yourself. And then you have to put in comparable properties and other things that they're looking at, whether it's sales, whether it's equity, and things like that.
And the average person, they're not real estate people.
Not at all.
I mean, how are you going to come up with that?
Correct.
I mean, that makes it right there. They're making it hard for you, aren't
Definitely. They're right out the gate. They're trying to make it hard.
Okay.
I mean, unless you have access to MLS listings, and if you know everybody in your subdivision's property identification number, or PIN for short,
Yep.
You can actually put that in and you can pull everything up. But again, you're also trying to compare your property to identical properties and see what there is. Mm-hmm. Now, without a database or anything like that, it makes it very complicated to figure out exactly what Joe and Sally down the street are paying for their property that's identical to yours, whether
Right.
it's the same or not. That's why we've developed our systems and why we have a data team and we do all this for you.
So on that form, you've got to put comparables in.
Most definitely.
Okay?
Yep.
And then let's say that some act of God, you have those.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, what do you have to do?
Then you have to actually hope that they're in a good mood and they see your point of view. That doesn't happen very often.
Do you file this electronically? Do you go into the county? What do you do?
Cook, you can do it electronically, which is nice. And they do everything electronically. Some of the other counties do not do it electronically, and you have to actually go to the township or the county office and file it old school paper-wise. Yep.
Okay. And then let's say that they're not. At that point, you've done the form, you've done the homework, you put it in, and then you hope.
You hope.
Okay.
You just have all the hope.
And what if they come back and say, no, what we've got is fine, and you disagree with that because you think that it's not correct.
Correct.
What's your option then?
Then you're kind of done. So in Illinois, we have 3 levels of appeal. We have the assessor level, the board of review level, and then the PTAB level, the property tax appeal board. As a homeowner, myself and yourself, without being attorneys, we can actually appeal at the assessor level and the board of review level. Assessor is just like it sounds like. It's just a group of people sitting around a table. Board of review, similar. It is a group of people, but they actually specify in that exact township, so it's a little bit more detailed. And then PTAB is just like it sounds like. It's actually down in Springfield, and that's the highest level. Now, most of the time, like I mentioned, you can appeal at the assessor and the board of review level yourself as a homeowner. At that board of review level, that file form and everything that they need is a lot more daunting and a lot more, stringent. So they want more details. Most people kind of give up after the assessor level, but that's what we're here for. We're here to do all the legwork for you. So.
Okay. All right, Jeff Cullen with O'Connor Tax Reduction Experts. And the best thing to do is to go to the website, get in contact with them. It's cutmytaxes.com. Pretty hard to forget that one.
Yeah, it's a hard one, yeah.
Yeah.
In Illinois, it's very specific. We try to make it as easy as possible.
Yep. Cutmytaxes.com, and that's the place to go to get in touch with them. And really, if you're just not going to sit there and take it, you got to do something about it. All right. So tell us what happens if you're successful and not successful in making, my property taxes go down.
Definitely. So the nice thing about O'Connor is that we only bill you an invoice if we successfully reduce your taxes.
Okay.
So and I always kind of call it a win-win when I'm doing sales calls. If we win, we save you money. Rock on. Everybody's happy. You put some money in your pocket. You pay us a little bit of money for our work. If we don't necessarily win and we don't reduce your taxes, you at least know we've prepared this document for you. We prepared a case. We took it to the township, taken it to the county, and they've said no. So you now know that you're at least paying the same as your neighbors. A lot of people don't even realize that. So that's kind of where I would say the nice thing comes in about O'Connor. We only bill you if we're successful. I like to think of that as we're very confident in our methods, that we do a lot of work on your behalf, basically for free, and we only collect if we're successful.
Yep. And so would it be safe to say that chances are very good that the amount of property tax that you're going to pay additional because of an increase is going to be less than they pay you?
Definitely. Most definitely. Our fee is much less. I mean, typically 40% is what our fee is of the savings only. So we obviously put, if we're saving you $100, you're putting 40 in your pocket. You're putting 40 in our pocket and 60 in your own pocket. So you're still taking money. You're still saving money one way or another.
But it's compounding too, because every year, it starts at that level, right?
Correct.
And then, if they increase it, it's increasing it from that level and not the more expensive level that it was before.
Most definitely. Yeah, and in Cook County, you have your triennial, so you're reassessed every 3 years. So if we come in at year 1 and we lower that bill, it stays the same for that entire 3 years. And a lot of people don't even realize that. They can raise it, but the chances of them raising it during that triennial period are pretty low.
Okay. So how do you know if you're where you're at in that period?
It tells you. If you go to the Cook County Assessor page, it'll tell you exactly what year you're going to be reassessed. A lot of, depending on what area you are in, they raise like the northern, southern, things like that. They're all in the same triennial period. But if you were to just pull up your property on the Cook County page, it'll tell you exactly what year you're going to be reassessed.
Yeah, I know that Cook County gets a lot of attention just because it's very highly taxed and very political.
Definitely.
Tell us a little bit more about the collar counties and what the process is for some of them. What's different, what's the same?
Yeah, I mean, the collar counties are a little bit different. A lot of similarities. There's a couple out there like Will County and McHenry. They have one deadline for the entire county, which makes my life easy. So we're not going back and forth. But, DuPage, Kane, they all have different deadlines. So a lot of people actually don't even realize when their even deadline is to appeal or when things are due. They also handle their billing differently. Cook County has a higher tax bill the first installment. Second one is typically lower. The collar counties, your tax bill is the same both So things are a little bit different. The appeal process is very similar, but also a little different also.
Can you get your property taxes lowered that year? Or is it something that, if you work on, you're going to get fixed the next year?
The next year. Yeah, you always pay your property taxes the year you're paying. So you're paying 2025 and 26. Mm-hmm. So you're always paying the previous year.
Okay. So it really does make sense to, number one, find out the deadline.
Correct.
Of when you can be appealed. And again, to do that, obviously giving you a call would make sense because you're the experts. Boom, there it is. No harm, no foul. Mm-hmm. Because if they can't bring it down, you're not going to charge anybody.
Exactly.
But also, if you go, okay, I live in DuPage County. All right, here's your deadline. Here's when you should look at it, et cetera. And I think that's a real advantage rather than somebody that is not an expert trying to figure it out.
For sure. And that's the thing. I always like to say a phone call is free. You can call me and you can give me your property. I can tell you exactly when your deadline is. B, if I even think that it's in the ballpark of overtaxed.
Okay.
And I'm happy to do that. Just a quick look. And just kind of pull up a couple properties and just look at it really fast.
And that is very, very valuable. That you've got the tools, you've got the knowledge. So if somebody is even wondering, they should call you.
Most definitely. Easy.
Okay.
Quick call.
And the best thing to do to get all the information is go to cutmytaxes.com. Cutmytaxes.com. Pretty hard to forget that. But you can find out, at least get an opinion. You could say, hey, you know what? You're in the ballpark. It looks pretty good. Or, boy, this is ridiculous. Or, hey, happy day, you're paying less.
Exactly.
So check it out. Jeff Cullen with O'Connor Tax Reduction Experts. Thanks for being on the show.
I really appreciate you having me here.
It's cutmytaxes.com. And this is Home Answers on AM 560, The Answer.
Your go-to for all things home.